Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be all about my favorite summer go-to look. If you guys would like to see how I got this look, please keep on watching.
So we are going up close and personal, and I'm using the spackle primer from Laura Geller, and this one is in the shade Champagne. I'm just putting this all over my face, and this one is the one that gives you that dewy glow. And then for my foundation, I'm using the Almay Age Essentials makeup, and this is in SPF 15, so it's perfect for the summer. It is very lightweight, but you can definitely build the coverage of this, and I'm in the shade Medium Warm. Okay, moving on to the concealer, and I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light Medium. I do like this concealer a lot because it does have orange undertones to it, and I do have dark circles underneath my eyes, so this is absolutely great when you're trying to counteract those dark circles. Okay, so moving on to blending my concealer, I'm using the Real Techniques sponge here, and I'm just dabbing this wherever I applied my concealer. And I do love using a beauty sponge better than a regular concealer brush, just because I don't have to worry about the streaks, and this definitely blends a little bit better when you're using a dampened beauty sponge. So now moving on to the eyebrows, I am using the Anastasia I can't say it. Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. Is it pomade or pomade? Pomade. I'll go with the pomade. Okay, so now I'm using the Morphe M165, and this is an angled brush, so I'm just using this to basically line and shape my eyebrows. That Asian eyebrows. Yep. Now I'm going in with the Wet n Wild contour palette, and this one is the Caramel Toffee. And as you guys can see, I'm using a damp beauty sponge to apply the lighter shade underneath my eyes. So as you guys can see, I'm just damping that in and making sure that everything is set. Okay, so mama's got a contour. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Contour, and this stick is absolutely amazing. So I'm just applying the dark shade along the jawline, the hollows of my cheeks, and my Filipino nose, of course. And the white shade, I'm using that to apply on the high points of my face. And I'm using a beauty sponge to apply this and make sure that everything is blended. So I'm just dabbing that in one more time and just making sure that everything looks nice and smooth and well put together. Okay, so to set my contour, I'm going in with the contouring palette from Wet n Wild, and this is the shade Dulce de Leche, and I'm using the darker shade in this palette, and I'm just lightly applying that on the hollows of my cheeks and wherever else we apply the darker shade. You definitely want to do this extra step if you want your makeup to last all day long. Okay, so now moving on to the blush, I'm using the Becca Mineral Blush in Flower Child, and this is the Pinky Peach shade that everybody's talking about. The application is absolutely beautiful, and I'm using the Morphe E4 brush to apply this on my cheeks. Okay, so now I'm using the Wet n Wild Illuminating Palette, and this one is Catwalk Pink. So I'm just applying this on the high points of my face, and this palette is absolutely great for the price point. It does have some chalky parts to it, but other than that, I can definitely pull through with it. Now I'm going over it with a damp beauty sponge. I like doing this because it makes the highlighter a little bit more natural looking. And I'm going in with my primer, so I'm just using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance to do so. Now I'm going in with a Wet n Wild contouring palette, so I'm using the Caramel Toffee, and I'm going in with that darker shade, and I'm using a blending brush concentrating from the outer corner of my eyes and all the way to my crease. So I'm just going in circular motions, applying that in, and going back and forth in windshield wiper motion. So as you guys can see, I'm just trying to blend that shade and build that in and make sure that everything is blended and seamless and put through. Okay, so for that lower lash line, I'm using the Morphe M433 brush to apply that darker shade, and I'm just smoking that lash line. Now I'm going back in with that illuminating palette, and I'm using that gold shade all the way in the corner, and I'm using a flat shadow brush here to just apply this all over my lower lid. So for my liner, we're gonna be using a new one today, and I'm using the Maybelline Master Precise Curvy. I'm still getting used to this one, but so far so good. And we're just gonna go ahead and wing that liner. And as you guys can see, it does a great job with giving you a precise line and winging that tip. Okay, so for my mascara, I'm using the NYX Double Stack Mascara. I did do a review for you guys, so make sure that you watch that as well and see what I really think about this mascara. Okay, so for my lips, we are using the Maybelline Color Jolt, and this one is in the shade Berry Naughty, and this is a berry shade. It's not really a red shade. It's just coming off red in the light for some reason, but this is really nice. I really did like using this. I think this is a dupe for the Too Faced Melted Lipstick. So, I mean, this is only $4 at the drugstores. So here is the finished look.
So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you guys again next time. I did incorporate a lot of drugstore products in here. Mostly are just new release. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you guys again next time, and have a great day. Alright, bye! Come on. Arabella, what are you doing?